Lulu. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I watched The Wrath of Becky the other day. Absolutely fell in love with it.
You.
Um, is it all right if I jump right in with my questions?
Oh yeah, go ahead. It
All right. So this is the sequel to 2020's Becky. What was it like stepping back into Becky's shoes for another movie?
was amazing. I mean, it was really exciting for me because I was kind of let in on all the process from the beginning. So it was a lot of like anticipation for me. And finally getting to jump in was great. But it was also great being able to be a part of that creative process and being able to help develop her a little bit more because I wanted her to drop a lot of that teen angst and be a little bit more of a realized human being. Because I think she's a character that deserves that. Um, and I mean, like within the 2 years between the first and the second movie, a lot has happened. So I wanted that to be apparent. But actually being able to get on set and be this character was such a fantastic feeling from day one. It was the best experience. And hopefully I'm be able to do it again.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I definitely hope so too. So what can people expect from the sequel?
Okay, a bloody good time, of course, as they all say. Um, and it's a little bit more of a dark comedy than the first one, which I think is a really important aspect that I wanted to bring into it, and so did Matt and Suze. I know it was very, very important to them. It's very much comic book vibes, bright colors, it's pretty campy. It's a wild ride. It's a great time.
I definitely have to agree with all of that. For sure, for sure. Um, so in your opinion, what makes Becky such a compelling character and so fun to play?
Yeah, I mean, she's not like any other characters that I personally have seen on screen before. She's almost like a villain you're rooting for, but she's also killing the people that everybody wants to be bye-bye, you know? She's a teenage girl causing mass destruction, and she's not running away from anything, she's running towards it. And I think that's not really typical for a young woman character, and she's not at all sexualized or put into any sort of compromising. She's saving herself, and she's just a young girl doing the do and getting it done.
That's true. That's true. What's not to love? For real.
I know, honestly.
Um, Matt and Suzanne, I got to talk to them the other day, and they said that you created a playlist for Becky. And I was just wondering, like, what kind of inspired you to do that, and what types of songs did you put on the playlist?
I typically make a playlist before I film anything so I can listen to it like on the way to set to kind of get into the mindset. A lot of weird music. There's a great band called Professor Murder. And I a lot of Professor Murder on there. A song called Free Stress Test by Professor Murder was like a big deal for me. A lot of like electronic music that almost felt like Scott Pilgrim-esque, but with a tinge of like gonna fuck you up, It's just like that violent kind of ragey teen girl music, like Daisy and the Scouts, a lot of stuff. It's like hard to describe, but I still listen to it, the playlist, like all the time. It's called Murdering Nazis 22. And it's great.
I love that because that kind of encapsulates the movie too. It's just
Yeah.
um what was it like working with your castmates, and including the dog who plays Diego?
I had an amazing time with everyone on this set. Sean William Scott was just like truly an inspiration. He's the nicest person that I've ever met. He's just this like the sweetest person in the world, and it was amazing to see him kind of flip the switch between this genuine human being on set to this terrifying madman when the cameras were rolling. And yeah, everyone else in the cast was amazing, and we all just it was really just like summer camp. It was so fun. We would all like sit on picnic blankets on the grass in between takes, and Pock the dog, amazing. I love that freaking dog so much. He was still kind of a puppy. So he just wanted to give everybody love. So it was like a little bit hard to be like, okay, don't look at him, don't pet him because he's gonna like kiss your face and then he's not gonna look scary. But no, it was an amazing experience through and through.
That's awesome. Were there ever times that you had to have kind of like a stand-in for Pac?
There were some times where we had to just pretend he was there because he could get a little rambunctious. Yeah,
Oh, that's funny. Well, that's what puppies are good for sure.
exactly.
What is one thing that you're most excited for people to see when they watch this movie?
I am excited for people to see the dark comedy aspect, I think, because it's something that wasn't really in the first movie. And it's one of my favorite parts about this movie because it doesn't take itself too seriously. And I think there are parts where you can really have a good laugh. And it's very comic book-esque. And I'm just excited for people to experience that. I'm just excited for people to see this damn movie. Like, I've already seen it like 6 times. I love it so much. I'm excited to share it with everyone.
Um, Matt and Suzanne, when I talked to them, they also talked about kind of thinking about turning this into a franchise. Is that something you're definitely up for?
So down, of course. I love Becky so much, and I would be honored to be able to play the character once again.
Um, have you thought about like maybe what you hope Becky would do maybe in the next one or next 2 or 3 movies down the line?
I feel like there are just so many places she could go, but I'd love to see her head to head with a female villain.
Oh, that'd be
Um, I know maybe another comedian, but also just like I think that would be amazing. I think that would be something Becky. It would be a cool place to take Becky.
I think so too. Um, so kind of moving away from Becky, what's up next for you? Are you working on anything else?
Yeah, I'm filming right now in New Mexico, a sci-fi drama movie called Xeno. It's with the Jim Henson Company, which is really cool,
Wow,
and Evan Hart's production company. And I'm in the first episode of Fall of the House of Usher, Mike Flanagan's new project coming out in
cool.
September, I think. I was just able to watch that first episode, and it's fantastic, and I can't wait for people to see that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for it either. If people want to follow you and stay up to date with your work, what social media platforms are you on?
I'm pretty much just on Instagram. It's just Lulu Wilson. I'm like not great at Instagram. I'm not like amazing at social media, so my posts are like few and far between. But when I do, it's usually my cats, and it's great.
I love that. Um, all right. I am about out of my questions. But is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you would like to add about the Wrath of Becky?
I think I'm all good. If you're all good.
Yeah, awesome. All right. It was great getting to meet you and talk with you about the movie. I'm looking forward to all of your up and coming projects and a potential Becky 3.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. You have a great rest of your day.